Okay, so all of that. So, and this is just part of um, what is expected, that is coming up with a video to explain the insights we've gotten from the data set. So I have already gone through the link, downloaded the data set, I've done the project. So this is just for me to present what I have. So let's just delve into that. Okay, this is my one of my reports, but I won't start with that. Okay, just help you see how all of this got started. Now, I actually want to just explore this data set and then bring out insight that is tell a story with this data. So let me just take us back in time and see what was done in the background before we have looking at what we are having on my screen now, looking at what you can see, it's actually basically a fine data set. But what we're giving is a messy data set without some cleaning. Let me just show you that before we get to see the visualizations. So we have applied steps here. So these are what I've done, and they are what I've done. They are what I've done. All of the steps, that is having to prepare this data. I investigated the data. It's basically a very large data set. We're having about 16,228 observations. That is the respondent, and we have that, and also about 250 columns. So I had to clean in. Some of them were just bringing error when I actually import the data into the my Power BI. So I have to do the cleaning, a lot of steps that I've done here. So done that, I have the data cleaned and got it ready for visualization. Though this is one, I must be sincere with you, I didn't get this done at a go. I had to go for the visualization. So upon doing some things, come back again, I had to clean till what actually got to this point. Now, so I haven't done all of that. Let's just, because what I'm interested in is just to show you the insight in this data set, that is it's actually a data that has to do with, like, we have a, we said it's household survey 2018 breakdown. So what I did from this data, because it's a very large data set, so I only just came up with 3 different reports: the respondent breakdown, the tax compliance, and then my fuel subsidy. So all of these are what the report I came up with, different visualizations. Well, this is just to showcase my knowledge of Power BI, and then also my analytic skills, and then also just to bring out insight from, that is to tell a story from a messy data. Don't forget, we started from a messy data, cleaned it up. I have to clean it. Some of them, the type, those are the apply step I showed you earlier at the query, and then I've make them ready to be used like this. That is, you can, now from what we actually have before me now, and what I'm having here, observe that with this map, sorry, I was, but with the map I was able to, so with the map here, we're able to have the visualization for the location. That means the different respondents, how are they distributed across Nigeria? Because this is dealing with individuals from different households. And then I read the report they gave on this data, and it was evenly distributed. And as we can see from, as we can see, as we can see that now, we have that, as we can see. So as we can see that, um, so we can see that it's well distributed. And then we have the form coming from different parts of Nigeria. So we have the visualization over there, and also we are the total of 16,223 thereabout people fill the form. And then the distribution of the respondent, their age range, and then probably a male or a female. We have that being represented here with a bar chart. Now, this is helping us see how. Now, one thing about, I could have just showed the representation for the male, female, but then I observed that it is evenly distributed. It's around 50-50, the male, female. And I saw that in the write up too. So I just then have to come up with an idea that is mixing the gender. That means for 18 to 24 years, how many males? So that's why we have that you're telling. And also, we're able to have a visualization for this also is for the language, and we can see that most of the respondents, mostly they mostly speak Hausa. So that is telling. And then we saw the highest level of education for the respondent, and although that's not too good, the highest level of education for majority of them were, as they were secondary school leaver. That is, they only completed secondary school. So this report is basically to help you is to help us analyze the respondent. That means, who are these people that actually fill this form? Yes, they are from household, different households across Nigeria, as we have it in this visualization here. Yeah, and also the language they speak. I will have it here. Many of them Yoruba. And now the interesting thing about Power BI is that we have filter. Now let me just go down to, let me just pick a part. Now let me come into Southwest now. Just pick or a household. Let me just see that you observe that my figures will change. So it does. You can see it's changed. And what do you observe? I'm just picking a locality in the Southwest region. You can observe that my figures change. That's because of the interaction between uh, my visuals here, the interaction between the different charts we are having. So I set it that way. Now observe that immediately I pick somewhere around Southwest, the main language spoken there was Yoruba. So spoken there is Yoruba. We can go on and on. Now, then another thing about the data set, because it's actually talking about the living condition of Nigeria. So we have a lot of data we're given. One thing I just did was just to also look at the tax compliance. So let me just go there straight up. So the tax compliance. So we can see that from what we are having, majority don't actually pay their tax. They don't pay their tax. Observe the response to this. They don't know. Majority are in the no, so they don't pay their tax. And then their perception on tax, we have that being represented here. They have that they are not, their satisfaction with how the tax money has been spent, their trust in federal government or visual, we have that being visualized there. And what do they think that will happen to those who avoid tax on income? Many people think of it as it is wrong, but understandable. So we have that being visualized, and we can, with what we have with the occupation type, we can even get to see that this report is in a way that it can. That's the beauty of Power BI. It's in a way that I can just pick on some particular set of people. For instance, let me the professional now. Observe just selecting that. So observe that it affects the figure there, right? So observe that many of them, you now have number of people that paid tax now increased. So that is telling us something that education actually also contribute. That is, I observe that the professional, that is those who are teachers, those who are doctors, and then government workers, government workers. Just let me just speak government. These have government workers now. So let me just select government workers. We also have now. You observe that this increased number of years it increased compared to what we are having for everyone initially. For what we are having for everyone initially. Observe that what we are having. So what I just want to bring out there is that people that are actually who are government officials, people who are professionals, so they tend to pay their tax more than those who are in other category, business and all of that. So we can still explore this more to see about people tax, the tax compliance and their perspective on tax. And then lastly, also from the data set, because the data set is very rich, so we're able to also see people's participation about fuel subsidy. This is even something going on in the country right now. And then one thing about data doesn't lie. As far back as 2016, people are that they have their what to say about fuel subsidy. So let's just see that. Okay, now one thing I got to from the data we're given, we saw that many people many people don't want government to reduce or remove fuel subsidy. But government have done that now. They don't want people. You can see that many are in the no category. They don't want government to remove fuel subsidy. And from the chart here, this section is just to tell us the first chart to help us see how that people they use fuel. You can see that yes, they bought fuel, they use fuel, and during the for increase in 2016. We also have data to tell us how people responded to this. So we saw that many people actually like now many people reduce they reduce activities which used a lot of fuel. So they reduce that. Many people did that, and they also want many people want government to provide programs to assist in programs to reduce the impact of or price hikes. Like now that we also want, and also most important step for president to reduce. A lot of people want cash, but now as at then, this data said a lot of people want cash, but then the reality now is that government proposed, but they're unable to have that actualize the 8,000. We are still expecting that for each household. I don't know, probably they got that from this data set, but many people want cash. Yeah. So on and on. Basically, I have to just this story. This video is a short one. I just have to stop here. So this is just the beauty of data analysis. We're able to tell a story with given data, starting from cleaning the data, then modeling. I forgot to mention that part. My modeling, of course, nothing really was done here because it's a singular table. No, nothing much was done. Going to modeling, nothing much. It was just a singular table. So I did not really have to create interaction between tables. So nothing really much was done here. But then from data cleaning, cleaning, which took a lot of my time, the modeling, which I did nothing because it's a singular table, then visualization, which also took a lot of my time till we have something as beautiful. Is it not beautiful? Is it not? So that's basically all. Thank you. I expect to